Alright, now that we finished the trivia questions of the week, we're going to be moving on to the NFL Draft player rankings. Last week we went over some of the main positions, quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Now we're going to be going over the rest of the positions that are deep in this draft, such as offensive tackle, cornerbacks, defensive line, and linebacker. Now, like we've been saying, NFL Draft is this upcoming week, so expect mock draft this week. Fantasy mock draft next week. Also, a very brief team-by-team analysis of who they drafted.
Which will be a brand new segment. We're going to go a little more in depth. We're going to go team by team of all the players, not all the players, but a majority of the players that were picked per team, and just give you like a brief analysis, maybe like a grade letter or like a ranking at a 1 to 10 on how we think the team did.
Yep.
Alright, so moving right along, we'll go offensive tackle. Who wants to go first? Name the top 5.
I guess I'll go first on the thing. So yeah, obviously Larry Tunsil, basically number 1 overall consensus pick, consensus prospect, and so yeah, he's definitely going to be number 1 overall here. Ronnie Stanley, not close second, not that close, but like close second with the tackles. He'll probably be picked in like the top 10, and a lot of great teams for them are like, the Giants and the 49ers. Like, he can go to a lot of teams. The Ravens, he can just go to a lot of teams. Jack Conklin is my 3rd overall. He was a guy from Michigan State. He has been rumored to go to the Browns at the number 8 overall slot. Mm-hmm. So he could be a nice pick there. He's a great prospect. If you watch it's not really highlights, but if you watch his film, he just blows over everyone on that left side. Absolutely destroys them. Taylor Decker from Ohio State is another pick. I don't really know much about him. He's probably going to be in the first round. But yeah, I think that he's at my 4th. And finally, the 5th is different from them. I'm pretty sure the only thing that's different is Germain Ifedi. Now, people did not know about him before the draft. Not many people knew about him. He came from Texas A&M, which is like an offensive line factory. So he's a great pick because he's rising at the board. He has many great physical attributes. He came from that system that's been, pumping out offensive line, such as Ogbui, the guy that was picked, Greg Robinson. A lot of great linemen have come from there. So I think Jermaine Ifedi is a great pick. Well, a great tackle. Maybe not first round, but second round. He's number 5.
Wasn't Greg Robinson from Auburn, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, he's from Auburn.
Yeah,
I was gonna say so, but I was letting AJ do his thing for me.
My bad. But someone else did come from there. My bad.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting about all 3 of us is we have the same top 4 for offensive tackle, except for me and Jared. Actually, you'll notice throughout this entire thing, without even realizing, made the exact same top 5 for every single position, and then we noticed it, tried to change some of them around, and changed without knowing that we were going to change them, went back and changed the exact ones around, so we have the exact same board. But going to AJ's, the only difference between ours and AJ's is his 5th overall, and we have Jason Spriggs. I'll let you go talk about him.
I like Jason Spriggs more than, who was it, Ifedi? Ifedi, because I feel like he's more of a toss-up, more of a high-risk, because Jermaine Ifedi is, physically gifted, there's no denying that, but Spriggs is the talent, from what I've seen and from what I've been reading about him, to be one of the top tackles, not even from this draft class, but in the NFL, assuming he reaches his potential. Now, that's not saying that he will, but I just feel like with that amount of potential, I think it was the system he was in. I'm not sure, but they said that they don't know if he's gonna be ready.
At Indiana, yeah.
I'm not sure how it works for offensive linemen, how you can be part of a scheme. But
football sense, a scheme is like run blocking or run. It's like a run blocking, a pass blocking, and a zone blocking. Zone blocking is very difficult.
Yeah.
Zone blocking is. And again, he might excel. I don't know what the Indiana thing was. It might not be zone blocking because the scheme is what everyone's talking about. But zone blocking is very difficult because you're just covering an entire area. You can't move over if someone needs help. It's very difficult. You're basically one-on-one in your zone.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I like him is he was very good in his senior year. He's athletically gifted. He has very, very long arms. He's 6'6", 301 pounds. You're not moving that man, that animal. He ran a 4.94 at the combine.
For a lineman.
Yeah, for a lineman, and that's fast. That is really fast. And some say that like he might be actually 6'7", so that height ranges, so he's closer to a 6'7" than a 6'6". But like he just the pure size of him and how athletically gifted he is, that if he could just combine that with his brains and like get his footwork down, there is no reason why he can't be one of the best tackles.
Yeah, definitely the tackle position is definitely one that's deep, and especially like first round talent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now that we went over like everybody from the offensive tackles on our top 5, we're just gonna name some other guys that didn't make the cut for us. LaRaven Clark, I actually never heard of him. He's from Texas Tech, projected to be a second round pick. He's 6'5", 316. I don't really know much about him, to be honest with you. He's a left tackle. Yeah, he didn't make the cut. Another guy that I do know that could move up or down is Gerald Hawkins. If you've heard of him, right? Gerald Hawkins. He's 6'6", 305, one of the biggest linemen in the draft. He was the one that was blocking for Leonard Fournette, and that, you know how good he's done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was like one of the cornerstones there. So he's a guy to look out for. And the other guy is Sean Coleman. He's from Auburn. He's hurt. That's probably why he's not higher up. He's also projected to be a second round pick. But yeah, so those are like the other 3 guys. Those are the guys that didn't make our cut.